At this point, I'd like to call our candidates for State Senate Office, District 12, Ana Caballero and Rob Poitras. Okay, so each candidate will have an opening statement, 30 seconds, starting with Ana Caballero.
Thank you. Well, first, let me thank you all for being here tonight, and also the Farm Bureau and Benito Link for sponsoring this forum. It's always a pleasure to be here. I'm a fighter for rural California, and you all know me. I've had a small business here for 25 years. I've been an elected official, member of Governor Brown's cabinet, and now as your assembly member again. And I'd appreciate your support as senator.
Thank you, Ana. Moving forward to Rob.
Very good. Thank you so much. It's great being here this evening. I'm a third-generation walnut and almond farmer from Madera. My brother and I own a small business. I'm a father, husband, and grandfather. I served 6 years as mayor of Madera. I'm in my second year serving on the Madera County Board of Supervisors. I helped co-found a charter school. I'm an active member of the Farm Bureau. I have a passion for public service, and that's why I'm running for State Senate District 12.
Thank you, Rob. Moving forward to question number 1. Starting with you, Rob. How do you ensure that San Benito County will receive equal representation in relation to larger and richer counties represented in District 12?
Great question. I come from a county that's much like San Benito. Madera County is 170,000. And so we're like San Benito in terms of kind of being the small guy. And we fight hard in Sacramento and in DC in terms of getting our fair share. We're very aggressive, assertive. We present our cases well, and we make trips to Sacramento quite often. And so having that experience and having that sensitivity for smaller counties and the issues that you face, it would be a mission of mine to ensure that San Benito is properly represented.
Thank you, Rob. Same question for you, Ana.
Thank you. So I've been representing San Benito County for many years, and what I appreciate about it is that people get things done here in a bipartisan support. You don't ask, are you a Democrat or are you a Republican? They expect you to get things done if you're representing the area. And so I've been honored to have the support of all of your Board of Supervisors. We've had numerous conversations about the things that are very important in your district, in your county, and those have been, the things that I know you all are concerned about. It's the roads, making sure that we get 156 built, expanded, making sure that 25 operates better, making sure that there are resources for emergency services. I was on the ground when there was flooding here, and I'm concerned that you don't have an emergency service center. I worked real hard to make sure the court was downtown, because I understand how important it is to keep a courthouse downtown in a city like Hollister. So those are the kinds of things that I learned working with your elected officials, and I want to continue to do that kind of work, make sure that we can get the resources that you desperately need. And you talked about the courts. There is a third judge identified. We're working at trying to fill that position and getting the governor to think it's important. No question that it's a struggle to get resources for rural California, but that's what I love about the job, is it's really about getting up and making sure that you're doing the job and trying to get resources down here, and I want to continue doing that.
Thank you, Ana. Moving to question 2 for both candidates, same question. Starting with you, Ana. In this partisan political environment, how do you intend to be effective at the state level?
It's a really great question. Let me just say that part of what I've done is work really hard across the aisle and working with people that look different than me. I am very active. I just came from the Almond Alliance. One of the reasons that I was there in Monterey County at their convention is because that's one of the 400 specialty crops here in our state. And so what I do is learn, I do tours, I talk to people, and I try to help them solve the problems that they're facing. And so I'm working on a number of issues. 30 seconds doesn't give me much time to tell you exactly what I'm working on. But I think if you ask people, they'll say that I'm a team builder, that I'm the kind of person that works across party lines, trying to make sure that I can represent everybody in the county, not just Democrats and not just people that look like me.
Thank you, Anna. Same question for you, Rob.
Very good. One of the first things you need to do is to build relationships with others. As everybody in the room knows, when you build a relationship, create a friendship, it really breaks down barriers. The second thing is you need to educate. So as much as I would like to see people from more of the urban areas come out to the rural areas, places like San Benito County, to see what the issues are, I need to go there also. I need to understand what their issues are. That's how you gain respect, by showing that you care where they're coming from so that they can care where you're coming from. And then show that sit them down in front of you. Show them these are people just like their next door neighbors. They're not strangers. They're not people from some other place. They're real people. And that takes down additional barriers. And I think in those ways you can develop ways to get incremental changes and get that attention that we really need in places like San Benito County.
Thank you, Rob. Moving to our final question. Same question for both candidates. Starting with you, Rob. Less than 2% of the population in agriculture today, but feeds a growing population. What can you do to help translate our needs and concerns to the larger population?
Great, thank you. I think that agriculture, and I can speak for agriculture because I'm in the business, we haven't done a very good job of communicating who we are to the rest of the state. We can sit around in our circles and say, man, we feed the world, don't they understand that? But if you go to Southern California, the Bay Area, they really don't. They really don't get it. And what they do get, though, are things that are emotional to them. And so what we need to do as agriculture is we need to go on the offensive and show people how the farms and the families of the Central Valley really provide them with what they need. It's the cleanest food supply in the entire world. And we know that people, they're all concerned about organics and eating the right thing. We need to say yes, and we supply that in the best supplies possible, in the best way possible. And that's why we need to really, and that way we can develop advocates for agriculture in the rest of the state to protect our groundwater, to increase surface water, and to roll back the regulatory environment that's really hurting our people.
Thank you, Rob. Same question for you, Anna.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm really honored this cycle to be the chair of the Assembly Committee on Agriculture, and that's given me a really unique opportunity to do some outreach that would be very difficult to do otherwise. Number one is I've been doing agricultural tours for the past 30 years, and I've seen a tremendous change in the way that agriculture is operating, and the new technology that's coming in is just tremendously important. I just recently, actually this week, did a presentation to the Democratic Caucus, because we meet as caucuses by party to go over business, and I did a presentation on the benefits of agriculture, in particular the environmental benefits of agriculture, whether it's the wildfowl that use our flyway, the migratory path, the sequestration of carbon by trees and vineyards. And so I've had a unique opportunity to really use it as an educational opportunity. But more importantly, we're going to have a hearing in Sacramento on just these issues so that people understand that there's this fantasy thought that if we get rid of agriculture, that it's going to stay in open space and it's going to be like a park or something. That's not what's going to happen. And I want people to understand the importance and the beauty and what we bring to the state economy in an agricultural region.
Thank you, Anna. Now moving forward to our 1-minute closing statements. Starting with you, Anna.
Thank you very much. Well, what this is all leading up to is that I'm running the first California Farm Bill in the history of in the recent history. I can't say forever. And one of the reasons that I'm doing this kind of work is because it's really important that we do everything possible to save our agricultural region, and that we have an opportunity to talk about the things that are likely to stifle the creativity and the energy, and also that we planned for our workforce, bring technology into the field, and make sure that our young people have an opportunity to use that technology and to learn and to be able to make our area more successful. So I'm real excited about the work that I'm doing. I'm real excited about bringing some, I think, sanity to the discussion that we're having in Sacramento about the importance of rural California. And I would be honored to represent the 12th Senate District as your senator, and I please respectfully ask for your support.
Thank you, Ana. Rob?
Very good. Thank you so much. I believe I'm uniquely qualified to be your state senator. I've, with my small business experience with farming and the hardware store, I've seen what the regulatory environment has done to us in terms of with the labor laws and the employment. As a mayor and as a county supervisor, I've seen the mandates and the issues and the laws that have come down and have really stifled our ability to grow on the county level and the takings from the local level to the state of California. I want to fix our broken water infrastructure. I want to roll back the regulations so that our businesses can prosper. I want to make sure that our government is held accountable for the taxes that they pay. I'm a problem solver. I did it on the Madera City Council. I'm doing it currently as a county supervisor, and I'll do it as your state senator. I would appreciate your support and your vote on June 5th. Thank you.
Thank you to both candidates, Rob Poitras and Ana Caballero.